Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, and in this video I will be talking about option buyers and option sellers. I haven't made a video about who is an option buyer and what is an option seller, so I will be taking you through briefly about what is an option buyer and option seller. So before I begin today's session, I really want to thank all my subscribers for your continuous comments, feedback, and questions, clarifications, everything. That means that you are interacting with me, and I'm happy that I am able to answer the questions. You are always open to ask questions if something is not clear. And if you have not joined my Telegram channel, feel free to join. I'm also very active in Twitter, where I am following some really good traders out there, real-time traders out there. You can follow them. Some of them are also posting live signals where where the market is heading and things like that. So anyway, so you can follow me in Twitter and also join my Telegram channel, where I also post regular updates on stock markets. So let's begin today's session. So option buyer and option seller. So as you would know, an option buyer is someone who buys a particular option security, whether it is a call option or a sell option. I'm sorry, call option or put option. Now, an option seller is basically exactly the opposite of a buyer. So, just like any stocks, you can buy and sell options too. Now, here is the catch. In stock, whenever you want to sell a particular stock, you can only do this in intraday. That means if you are selling a particular stock, you have to buy it back intraday. That means the same day you have to square off the position. So there is no option of carrying it forward for the next day. That is, if you think that stock is going down or it will go down, then you can sell today. That is in intraday, in an intraday trade. But if you think the stock will go down the coming few days, there is no option to sell that stock. So an option buyer has the opportunity to buy a put and take advantage of a downfall of a particular stock or a index also. So for example, today Nifty was falling and many people predicted a downfall in Nifty. So well, you cannot, there's only one way of trading actually in Nifty. Not one way, multiple ways. If you are purchasing, buying or selling an ETF, ETF is exchange traded fund. Just like any stock, you can actually sell Nifty Bs, or you can buy or sell any ETFs, which is index ETFs. So there are different AMCs like SBI ETF, Nifty ETF, and other. So I'm not going to talk about it. So my point here is you cannot sell a stock and hold it. All right, you cannot sell a stock, but you can buy a put option. Now, buying a put option actually means that you are bearish on a particular stock or a security. What you can do here is you can also sell the put options too, or you can. So I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is I do not want to confuse you here. There is an option of buying and selling options, and you can carry it forward to the next day. And you can, for example, if you are buying a December expiry options, for example, Nifty 10,800 call option. You can even buy that call option. You can even sell that call option. Now, you might think that what is the benefit of selling the call option? Now, if you buy an option and if your trade goes wrong, what happens? For example, you bought a 10,800 call option today and Nifty is falling. What will happen? The value of this call option will also keep on going down. And that's when an option seller makes money. Now, he can make money by buying a put also. Mind you, buying a put option and selling a call option are equally the same, more or less, I would say. But when you actually sell a call option, or sell a call or a put option, the probability of winning the trade is more. As you know, the index usually trades in a range unless there is a big event in the markets, global markets, or the same market. There is a good option that if it trades in a range. So what happens is whenever an option or an security is trading in a range, that's when an option seller makes more money. You will get that more clear by when I give more examples in the coming videos. But at this point of time, you have to understand an option buyer wins only if his view gets right. So, for example, if you are expecting Nifty to go down today, and if you buy an option, if you buy a put option, and it actually crashes, and Nifty has gone down today, then you win. Now, there are two other scenarios where you will lose. One, if your view is wrong, if market goes up, you are wrong. And the second option is if it is trading in a range. If the index or the security is trading in a range, that means neither going up, is going up, then coming down, going up. So it's trading in a range. That's known as a range bound market. When it happens, option buyer loses. So option buyer can win in only one condition, when his view is right. Now, on the other hand, an option seller wins, the probability of winning is more. For example, is the other way around. If your view is right, he wins, of course. The second thing, if it is a range bound market, that means if it is trading in a range, then also he has more probability of winning. The only time when he loses is when his view is wrong. But when a view is wrong for an option buyer, also he loses. But his probability of winning the trade is less than an option seller. So again, I'm not going to talk about in what scenario whether option buyer is right is better or option selling is better. Now again, uh, to, um, to put it very simply, when there is a big event coming up, like election or anything, it could be anything, and if you are expecting a big movement in either side, then option sellers usually lose money. So that time you have to become an option buyer, because the markets can go in either direction, one side or any side, and when you're not sure, and but you can actually buy call and put, combination of call and put, and you have probability of making more money. Whereas an option seller loses more money in this scenario. Again, as I told you, I'm just giving you a overview of this. Probably I'll have to clear this up on my later videos as to how you can carry forward. And one additional advantage is when you sell an option, you have the option of carrying it forward to the next day or till expiry. So if you are holding a January month expiry, you can hold till the January expiry. So unlike stocks where you have to sell, square off your positions the same day, you actually you can actually carry forward your positions. Again, there are a lot of other ways of how option selling is done very constructively, where the chances of losses are less much than an option buyer and things like that. But I'm not going to talk about it. But the reason why I made this video is for you to understand, because I have made a lot of videos where I have given you different strategies, explain you about the strategies, and you may not actually would have understand some of them if you do not know what is an option buyer and a seller. Now, one important thing you have to keep it in mind is option seller is also known as option writer, a person who writes options. So I'm just going to take you to the NSE option chain page, and so as you would see here, this is change in open interest. So what is an open interest? Open interest is the place where there are many sellers available. So there are here. So these are basically sellers. So any kind of open interest. Open interest means this on that particular strike price, there are people who are writing more options. It also means that people the seller starts the open interest. So seller comes first and he offers a particular price, and there are people who are ready to buy it. So a trade is complete when a seller is giving at a certain price and a buyer is ready to buy at that price. Now, this is one of the basics of stock markets. Sellers usually start and drive the market. If there is no seller, there cannot be any buyer. It's as simple as that. Again, to conclude, what I mean to say here is I'm not going to talk about who is better or not. I just wanted to give you an information about if you see the bid price here, it's a place where um, the buyer is bidding the price, and ask price is where the seller is basically asking the price. This is basically the seller's price, this is the buyer's price, and this is the buyers are available at this price, sellers are available at this price. Please do remember that this is not right now, the markets are closed and this is just an example here. However, on the live market also you might see this data very clearly. So you would know here change the open interest, change in open interest, whether it is increasing or decreasing. If it is increasing, that means people are actually ready to sell it. So if people are selling more here, that there is a very good chance he's not here to lose his money. That means he's not, the people are not bullish here. So this is the call side and put side. If you have not watched my videos on option chain, please do watch it. I will try to make more videos in future. So this is a basic overview of the difference between option buyer and a seller. So that's it for today's video. If you have any questions or clarifications, feel free to write on the comment below. And I do recommend some books. If you are a newcomer or even if you are an advanced level trader, there are some very good books available which you should definitely read for your better understanding. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video here. Kindly provide feedback on my videos here. I always await your feedbacks. And so, yeah, thank you. And I will see you again on the next video.